Alright, so here's the game plan. As you may or may not know, my school started its very own Minecraft server a few days ago, and after joining, I ended up getting resources, constructing a base, and even declaring war on the server's biggest nation. Now, because we're in the midst of a war, there's a lot of stuff that I need to get done, from building secret tunnels all across the server to even running for president. But before I can even get started, I'm still at my enemy's base, so I need to grab my horse and head back. After joining back on the SMP for the first time in a few days, I realized that tensions had been significantly rising on the server. And if you didn't know, the other kingdom on the server, which is known as the Crush Kingdom, is way more stacked than we are. They have more than triple the people we do, and on top of that, they just have many more resources. Meanwhile, our base was still completely unfinished, and we were still rocking iron armor. So I decided to go on a little mining session. My hopes was to get Quincy and myself full diamond armor, but while mining, I managed to come across a bunch of different discoveries. First off was this mineshaft inside of the ravine, which ended up having 2 spider spawners, and in addition to that, there were just a ton of diamonds that I was able to find. While I wasn't exactly able to gather enough resources to start battling, the one thing that came in a lot of handy was the cobblestone that I mined. Our castle was still unfinished, so with the newly acquired cobble, I got as much of it done as I could. Yet, that exact day, very exciting news came to the server.
Hey, yo, check out the realm invitations when you get the chance, sure.
That's right, we had a new player on the server. But this wasn't just any player. This was arguably one of the best Minecraft players in our entire school. And his name is the Beast Woogie, or just Woogie for short. After joining the server, Quincy and I were super scared that Woogie would join the Crush Kingdom, but it turns out that he wanted to just head in his own direction. And he ended up creating the 3rd kingdom on the server, the Sprite Kingdom. Being super relieved, I got back to work building the base. After a long building session, I had already finished the entire front wall. Yet there was one small problem that our kingdom still faced. Despite spending so much time in the mines, we were still unable to gather close to enough cobblestone to even finish the castle. So I got to work on building our very own Cobblestone Generator. You know, the quick little building, placing of water, placing of lava, the gathering of logs, and the placing of hoppers. And now, the Capri Sun Kingdom officially has its very own cobblestone machine. But the good times were still going strong. It was officially June 8th, and if you don't know what that means, basically Minecraft 1.17 had came out. This meant we had access to the new ores, mobs, and a bunch of different things that would make the server experience even better. Wait, what the heck? Raw iron? What is that? Wait, so we have to just smelt it?
Yeah, so you smelt it.
Oh, you can fortune iron now? Yeah, that's kind of, that is kind of cracked.
I haven't tested, though.
Can you fortune like gold too?
Yeah, I just assume, because gold has raw gold.
That is OP. That day though, I came up with a genius plan that I like to call Operation Mole Rat. As you know, there's currently a war going on between us, the Capri Sun Kingdom, and the Crush Kingdom. Now, while we are serious underdogs in this fight, Operation Mole Rat was basically us building a secret underground tunnel all the way from our base to theirs. That way we can have an easy route that would take us there. A lot of people have asked why I don't just use the nether, and the answer is that the nether leaves us more susceptible to an attack. In the overworld, this tunnel would be a lot harder to find, and on top of that, mining in the overworld would allow us to most likely gather enough cobblestone to finish building the castle. This is a beast pickaxe. Yet, right after starting the construction of the tunnel and working on the walls of the castle, I went exploring and came across a Pillager Patrol. At first, I was debating on taking it out, but then I realized I could use the banner from the Pillager Captain as a decoration for my shield. And after applying it, I then realized that I had the option to start a raid and potentially acquire a Totem of Undying. I grabbed my horse and to the village it was. Now, this raid was a total failure. Although I had defeated the first and second waves with ease, the third wave had a Ravager, and since I didn't have a bow, I had to use close combat. This isn't easy because the Ravager has something like 4 blocks of reach, and it does more than 3 hearts of damage. Luckily, I found a method that allowed me to take it out. Even after all of that hard work, I was not able to get a totem. I was a bit disappointed, but at least I had gotten some XP and a couple of emeralds. But here's where things get really interesting on the SMP. As you may or may not know, our kingdom, the Capri Sun Kingdom, doesn't have a leader yet. So we decided to hold an election between myself and Quincy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our school SMP's official election hall. Our 2 candidates are a newcomer to the server named Parrot, meanwhile our other candidate, Quincy, takes a more laid-back approach.
Hello all, my name is Quincy. My approach to the system is more of a neutral and calm way, and that we should only go to war if we have to.
Hello, my name is Parrot. I am running for president of the Capri Sun Kingdom. In other words, we need to go to war on the server. After posting the campaign on my TikTok and allowing the viewers to vote, I began to take a very early lead. 12 response. Oh, 91.7 to 8.3.
Quincy has 1 vote.
Oh my, Max, are you watching this? It's like actually popping off right now. Despite being so ahead in the polls, Quincy began to slowly creep up in votes. It seemed like a lot of people watching the series wanted peace on the server. I decided to get off of Minecraft for the night though, and went to bed a little scared of Quincy potentially taking over the polls. Luckily, I checked in on the forum the next day to find this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
We already know you won.
Let's
I
go.
never was, bro. Parrot
Let's
has
go,
all
bro.
the-
I was officially president of the Capri Sun Kingdom, which now allowed me to take over the server if we defeated the Crush Kingdom in war. Yet the first thing I did as president was to get Operation Mole Rat as close to finished as possible. Dude, this is gonna take so long. After all of that hard work, I was still over 2,000 blocks away from the Crush Kingdom. So I headed back up to my base with a bunch of cobblestone. Somehow we were still unfinished with our castle, so I immediately got to work on wrapping it up. A little bit of cobblestone placing here, a little bit over there, and we were finally finished with the castle. It had taken us nearly a week to build the whole thing, and the hard work had finally paid off. It looked magnificent, and it was definitely going to be able to protect us from the other kingdoms. Finally, I wanted to see what the Crush Kingdom was up to. We hadn't really checked in on them in a long time, and they had gained a few new members. I picked a time when none of them were online, and I grabbed my horse to head over there, trekking through all sorts of different biomes, and ultimately arriving at their kingdom. What I found at their base completely startled me. They had made so much progress on everything, from building settlements to houses to mines, and a ton of other stuff. If the Crush Kingdom were to keep expanding at this rate, they would be way ahead of us in the war. I headed back to my castle, and there's one little thing I did just to make the war a bit more interesting. I may or may not have hid a little present somewhere in their base, and let's just say it's pretty explosive. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications if you want to be notified as soon as the next episode of the School SMP comes out. Hope you enjoyed!